Now we'll see the next question. Generalize the following. 2017, year is 2017, date is March 4. First transaction is purchased building and incurred expenses on its purchase. So whatever the expenses we have incurred on purchasing the building, all expenses will be included to building. I had already discussed about it because it's a capital expense. This expenditure which is related to building is a capital expenditure. So that amount will be included to building account. So building account will be debited. What comes in is debited. Building comes into the business and payment is done. So cash or bank account will be credited. So being building purchased for rupees 1,50,000 and expenses incurred on it rupees 10,000 paid by cash. This will be the narration. But the total amount we will write it 1,60,000 including your expenses. That expenses will be included to building account. Why this expenses will be included to building account? Because this expenses is done at the time of purchase of building. So this expense is not a revenue expenditure. This expenditure will be considered as a capital expenditure. That's why this expenditure will be added to building. Okay. Next is Satish, who owed us rupees 20,000, is declared insolvent and 60 paise per rupee is received from his estate. So we have received 60 paise in a rupee. Satish is declared insolvent and we have received 60 paise in a rupee. In 1 rupee there is a 100 paise. So in 100 paise 60 paise is received. It means it's a 60%. It's a 60%. So 60% of 20,000 is 12,000. So 12,000 is received. 12,000 is received. So the next entry is on March 10, cash account debit. Cash comes in the business, 12,000, and as the Satish is declared insolvent, so nothing will be recovered now from him. The rest amount will be treated as a loss, bad debts. For that we will open the bad debts account. It means your 40%, 60% is recovered, means 40% not recovered, and that person is declared insolvent. So nothing will be recovered from his estate. So 40% will be treated as bad debts. It's a loss. All losses will be debited as per rules of nominal account. And the party is, who is the party? Satish. So the Satish account will be credited with 20,000. So Satish, we owed from the Satish, we owed us 20,000 from Satish, and Satish declared insolvent. He has given 60% and 40% not given by him, and he has declared insolvent. So this amount will not be recovered as well. So that amount will be transferred to which account? Bad debts account. So narration will be very simple, being Satish declared insolvent, being Satish declared insolvent, and 60 paisa in a rupee is recovered from his estate. What you will write in narration? Being Satish declared insolvent and 60 paise in a rupee recovered from his estate. So this will be the narration. Now see the next one. Paid rupees 500 for repairs of office furniture. So when we repair our furniture, it's a revenue expenditure. It's a revenue expenditure. So 15, repairs account debit, repairs will be debited. Repairs account debit, it's a revenue expenditure. 2, cash account, cash goes out from the business. Being repairs done on what? Done on office furniture. Narration will be very simple, being repairs done on office furniture. Okay, this is the journal. We'll continue. The next journal will be followed by us here. First of all, I erase this space to write the next journal in the same area. In the same area, we'll write the next journal. Okay. Now see the next journal. Next is proprietors withdrew for personal use for cash. Proprietor withdrew for his personal use cash 5,000 and goods 2,000. So when the proprietor withdrew the money or cash or goods for personal use, it is 18. So drawings account will be debited. Drawings account, because it's a personal use. And when he has withdrawn cash, then cash account will be credited. And when he has withdrawn the goods, then instead of goods, we will write the purchase account. Instead of goods, what we will write? Purchase account. We will open the purchase account. We are not going to open the goods account. So whenever we purchase the goods in which the business deal, we debit the purchase account. If that goods goes out from the business, whether it's by drawings or lost by theft or lost by accident or damage, then purchase will be credited. Or goods given as charity, then purchase will be credited. Goods given as donation, then purchase will be credited. So here purchase account will be credited because goods is given. So what we will write in narration? Being cash rupees 5,000 and goods worth rupees 2,000 withdrawn for personal use. This will be the narration. So cash rupees 5,000 and goods rupees 2,000 is withdrawn. So total is 7,000 is your drawings. 5 plus 2. 7,000 will be your drawings. Drawings account debit to cash account to purchase account. Next is purchased the following item for business: iron safe, filing cabinet, computer, postage and stationery. In these items, 3 are capital expenditure related to office. Iron safe, filing cabinet and computer is related to office. So for these 3, we will open the office equipment account. We will open which account? Office equipment account. So office equipment account debit, office equipment account debit to cash or bank account, cash account or even for bank account. Okay. For these 3 items, for iron safe rupees 15, for filing cabinet 5, for computer 12. These 3 are capital expenditure. 32 is your capital expenditure. It's a filing cabinet. Filing cabinet. This is for iron safe. This is for filing cabinet. And this is for computer. So these 3 are capital expenditure, will be entered in one particular account, office equipment account. Narration will be very simple. Being iron safe rupees 15,000, filing cabinet rupees 5,000 and computer rupees 12,000 purchased for office use. So office equipment account debit to bank account, the entry will be 32,000 with this total amount 32. And for the next, on the same day, we'll write the next transaction related to postage and stationery. Postage and stationery is the revenue expenditure. So we'll open the postage account. It is related to expense related to post office. And second is stationery account is also a revenue expenditure. It's not a capital expenditure. To cash account. So postage amount is 200 and stationery is 150. So total 350. Narration will be very simple. Being stationery rupees 150 and postage rupees 200 purchased. Okay, purchase. It's a revenue expense. Next is on March 28. March 28. Next is March 28. March 28. So on March 28, the transaction is paid electricity charges. So electricity charges means electricity account. Electricity account. Electricity expenses. Your electricity account debit to cash account. To cash account. Being electricity charges paid. Electricity expense is our revenue expenses, revenue expenditure. So electricity account will be debited, electricity charges account debit to cash or bank account. Next is your charge depreciation on machinery. Date is March 31st. Charge depreciation on machinery. So depreciation account will be open over here. Depreciation. It's a non-cash expenses. It's a non-cash revenue expenses. And the depreciation is charged on machinery. So machinery account will be credited. Value of machine will be decreased. Being depreciation charged on machinery. Narration will be being depreciation charged on machinery at the rate of 10%. What you will write? You will write over here being depreciation charged on machinery at the rate of 10%. In working notes, machinery is 75, rate of depreciation is 10% for the whole year. So depreciation amount is 7,500. So depreciation 7,500. For electricity, the amount is 1600. Electricity amount is 1600 over here. Okay. So this is for the depreciation. Depreciation is what? Depreciation is non-cash revenue expenses. It comes under nominal account. Decrease or fall in the value of assets is called depreciation. Due to any reason, if the assets value will decrease, it may be passes of time, it may be continuous use, it may be due to accident, it may be due to change in technology, it may be due to fluctuation in the market price. Whatever reason may be, if the prices or value of the assets will fall down, then will open which account? Depreciation account. Depreciation is account is it's an expense, but is a non-cash expenses. We are not paying this amount to anybody else. We have already paid at the time of purchase of that machinery. Now if the value will decrease of that machine, then we'll open the depreciation account and credit the related assets whose value has decreased. Next is outstanding wages at the end of the year is 6,000. Outstanding wages. So we'll open wages is the expense, all expenses debit, wages will be debited first. And you know outstanding wages comes under which account? Personal, real or nominal? Outstanding wages comes under which account? Personal account, real account or nominal account? It comes under personal account. And under the personal account it comes under which? Artificial, natural or representative? It comes under representative. Outstanding wages represent to whom? Outstanding wages represent to that employee whose wages is not paid by the company or whose wages is not paid by the firm. So it indicates to that employee. Suppose the company has not paid the wages to suppose Mr. X, who is the employee, and Mr. X has given his services of that month, already given that services, given his services of that month, but the wages is not paid. So wages outstanding, this indicate, this is what? This is outstanding, it is due. Wages here it's an expense, and but amount is not yet paid, so it is a outstanding wages, it's a due. So to whom we have to pay? We have to pay to Mr. X. So Mr. X is the representative. Outstanding wages will represent to Mr. X. Outstanding wages will be credited. Why outstanding wages is credited? Outstanding wages comes under representative person. It represents to whom? It represents to that particular employee whose wages is not yet paid. It means if the amount is not paid to that employee and his money is in my pocket, his money in the business pocket, it means I am the receiver or the giver. I am the receiver or giver. if I have not given the money, okay, but that money is in the hand of me. So, and outstanding wages represent to that employee. So that employee is the giver of that money to me. He is the giver. So that's why the outstanding wages account will be credited. Narration will be very simple, being wages due or being wages outstanding. This will be the narration. Outstanding wages represent to outstanding wages represent to, it comes under which account? Personal account. Under personal account it comes under which account? Representative person. So outstanding wages represent to whom? It represent to that employee whose wages is not paid, whose wages is not yet paid by the firm. So represent to that employee. So he is the giver. If the amount is not given, it means he has given the amount to me, to the business. So he is the giver. That wages has to be paid, but we have not paid that wages. It means that amount is, where is that amount? Amount is in the pocket of the employer. So he has given that amount to the company. So that's why he is the giver. His account will be credited. Now see the next question. Generalize the following. Serial number 1. Generalize the following transactions. The transaction number 1 is received a VPP. VPP means value payable parcel. When you pay the amount of that parcel, then only you receive the parcel. So value payable parcel, VPP means value payable parcel. When you pay the value of that parcel, then you will get that parcel. So VPP received a VPP from Mohan Lal for rupees 25,000, sent a peon to collect it, who paid rupees 200 at cartage. So when we have received the VPP, it means we have purchased. We have purchased of rupees 25,000 and sent a peon to collect it. So it's a carriage inward account. Carriage inward. It's a revenue expenses. When we do the purchase of goods and that goods is, we pay the amount to carry that goods, then that amount is our revenue expenditure, is called carriage inward. So carriage inward is 200 to Mohan Lal. We have purchased the goods from Mohan Lal. It's a credit purchase, 25,000. He is the giver, and carriage inward is paid by cash. So two cash account. Two account is debited. Purchase account debit, carriage inward account debit. Purchase is on credit, so Mohan Lal account will be credited. He is the giver, and carriage money is paid by cash, so cash will be credited. So narration will be very simple. Being goods purchased and carriage paid on it. Okay, being goods purchased and carriage paid on it. This will be your narration. Next is received 1,000 from sale of old newspaper and 5,000 from the sale of old furniture or old chair. When we receive the money by selling of old newspaper, it's a miscellaneous income. Newspaper is our waste. Next day newspaper value, with the newspaper value will be very less. Suppose I purchase the newspaper today at rupees 2 at rupees 2, Next day the value will be only 20 paise or 10 paise. Okay, so that newspaper we sold it as a scrap to the others. So when we earn money by sale of newspaper, then it is cash account debit. Cash comes in the business, cash will be debited, and miscellaneous income will be credited. Miscellaneous income, this will considered as a miscellaneous income 1000. Okay, and also we have sold the 5000 from sale of old chair. For old chair we will credit the furniture, because when we purchase the furniture, furniture account is debited. So when we sold it, so furniture will be credited. So furniture is sold for rupees 5000. So total money will be received, total money comes in the business will be 6000. 1000 for the newspaper, that will come under the miscellaneous income. And if I sold the furniture, old furniture, then furniture goes out and cash comes in the business. Okay, narration will be being old newspaper and old furniture sold for cash. Okay, next transactions, received cash, goods given away as charity. When we have given the goods as charity account will be debited. Charity is our expense. Charity, it comes under nominal account, all expenses debit. And when we have given the goods, then instead of goods, what we write over here? Recall, we will write purchase. When we have given the goods as charity, then we will credit purchase account. So amount is 7000. Goods given as charity 7000. What you will write in narration? Being goods given as charity. This will be the narration. Being goods given as charity. Charity is debited because charity comes under nominal account. All expenses and losses debit. And as we have given the goods as charity, for charity, so goods goes out from the business. So instead of crediting goods, we will credit which account? We will credit the purchase account, because when we purchase the goods, we debit the purchase account. And when the goods goes out by this way, charity or donations or lost by fire, then purchase account will be credited. Next is received cash from debtors written off as bad debts last year. Received cash, this is the transaction number 4. Received cash, so cash account debit, cash comes in the business, cash account debit. For what we have received cash? Cash received from a debtors written off bad debts last year. Last year, one of the debtor has not paid the amount, and we considered that this amount will not be realized. So that amount is transferred to bad debts account. That is a loss. But sometime what happened that debtors may pay the amount in future. If the debtors pay that amount in future, which was considered by us as a bad debts, then for that we will open the separate account, bad debts recovered account. The bad debts is now recovered. So bad debts recovered here is again the income, our gain. Bad debts recovered, it's our gain. All incomes and gains are credited. All incomes and gains are credited. So what the account will open? Bad debts recovered. When we recovered our bad debts in near future, or the customer is ready to pay that amount which was not paid by the customers earlier, and we considered that this amount will not be paid by the customer, so we considered it as a bad debts. It's as a loss. But sometime what it happened, the customer may willingly pay that amount sometimes. So that is a gain for us. So for that we will open the account bad debts recovered account. It's a gain. All incomes and gains are credited. So narration will be very simple. Being bad debts recovered. Being bad debts recovered. That will be the simple and short narration. So amount is bad debts recovered is 20,000. Bad debts is recovered. 20,000 bad debts is recovered. Now come to the next. Sold goods costing rupees 50,000 to Ashok on credit at a profit of 20% on cost. So sold goods to Ashok costing rupees 50,000, cost of the goods is 50,000, add profit on it, goods sold at a profit of 20% on cost, 20% on cost, this is the cost amount. So it is 10,000. It means goods is sold for rupees 60,000. Goods is sold for rupees 60,000 and on credit, it is sold on credit. So Ashok account debit, Ashok is the receiver and sales account will be credited. Sales account will be credited. Being goods sold on credit. Narration will be very simple. Being goods sold on credit amounting to rupees 60,000 after adding the profit on it. We have already added the profit over here, so this amount. Next is sold goods costing rupees 1 lakh at rupees 1,40,000. So when goods is sold cost rupees 1 lakh at 1,40,000, then cash account debit to sales account. Cash account debit to sales account. Goods is sold at what value? At what amount? Goods is sold at rupees 1,40,000. Will record at 1,40,000, not at 1 lakh, because the goods is sold at rupees 1,40,000. Okay. Now come to the interest on capital. Next is provide interest on capital. Point number 7. Point number 7. Provide interest on capital. Interest on capital account will be debited because interest on capital is the expense from business point of view. It's an expense because the proprietor business has to pay interest on capital given by the proprietor. So when the amount will be paid, interest will be paid by the business, so it becomes an expense. And it is not yet paid, it is a provision, so capital account will be credited. It comes under the personal account. Okay, being interest on capital provided. Being interest on capital provided. Okay. So amount is how much? It is 50,000 is the provide 50,000 interest on capital, 50,000 is debit and 50,000 in credit. Being interest on capital provided. Next is paid rent of building 60,000 by check. Half the building is used by the proprietor for residential purpose. When we acquire any building for the business, the rent of this premises, rent of this building is 50,000. Rent of this building is 60,000 is the rent, but half building is used by the proprietor. It means it's a drawing. Used by the proprietor. Business has paid the money, but that money, out of that, the half of the portion of this building is used by the proprietor for his personal use. Okay, used by the proprietor for his personal use. So drawing will be debited. Drawings account will be debited for half amount, 60,000 upon 2, 30,000, and rest will be treated as rent. It's a business expense. Rest is business expense, and we have paid by check, so bank account will be credited. Narration will be very simple. Being rent paid, out of which half of the space or portion is used by the proprietor for personal use. Used by the proprietor for their personal use. You may write it for a residential purpose. So for a residential purpose, when the amount is 60,000 is paid through the business cash, and half of this area, half of the portion of this building used by the proprietor for the residential, it means proprietor has withdrawn the amount from the business. So for that, drawing account will be debited. Drawing accounts. Next and last, outstanding salary. 9th number is your outstanding salary. So salary account debit. Salary is the expense debit, all expenses debit, 30,000. and salary is not paid, for that we will open the outstanding salary account. Outstanding salary credit 30. Here it is 60 in the bank. In the bank it is 60. Okay. Being salary, narration, what we will write in narration? Being salary due. Being salary due. Outstanding salary comes under which account? Personal, real or nominal? It comes under personal account. In personal account it comes under representative person. Outstanding salary represent to that employee whose salary is not yet paid. So when the salary is not yet paid, his money is in my pocket, it means he is the giver. So that's why his account will be credit. Outstanding salary represent to that employee whose salary is not paid. So he is the giver of that amount. He has given the amount to me because I have not paid the amount. So he has earned it, but I have not given. So he has given the amount to me. He is the giver. He is the giver of the amount. So outstanding salary comes under personal account, and under personal account it's a representative person and it represent to that employee whose salary is not paid. Okay, and if the salary is not paid to that employee, however he has earned it and we have not paid that amount, it means his money is in my pocket. It means he is the giver of that amount. So when he is the giver, his account will be credited because outstanding salary comes under personal account. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. So this is the journal. Hope it is clear.